What about our social security number? Can we give that out to people?
No.
This is the bookends.
Should we do our BTLs?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we do that.
BTL.
Michael, what do you say?
All right.
Hell yeah, this is going to be actually useful.
Yeah, a core part of this book is you've got this like secret society slash cult of these kind of like, I don't know, crypto, anti-capitalist, anarchist people that they don't use phones and they all get really angry. They barely ever use computers and they're like super sensitive and paranoid about people listening in on their conversations. So I thought I would use this opportunity to kind of explain to everyone what you should try to do as far as like data privacy. So here we go. You want to fall off the grid, short guide to controlling your data in a digital panopticon. Controlling your data online kind of falls into three areas. There's the privacy, where you have control over your personal identifiable information, security, where you're keeping people from actually getting access to that, and anonymity, where you can actually have some semblance of, I guess, kind of protection even if you're doing something, strange, if you can make it so that what your data output looks like is just like completely random, you can kind of be anonymous. So level 1 in protecting your data, personal privacy. Use strong passwords. Everyone knows this, but yeah, level 1, you're protecting your information from just like random people, maybe your friends, your family, someone who might just pick up your phone or grab your computer. Go to the library or grab someone else's phone or computer. Don't log on to devices that aren't your own because you can leave traces of information there. Don't give out your credit cards or debit cards or any of your ID. People can take pictures of that, use it to like spoof who you are, or they can get like copies of your debit cards. And then another one, don't ever check in your location on social media. This has been used in the past where people have been able to like identify where like important people are. Like celebrities won't check in until like afterwards, maybe a day or 12 hours after they've been somewhere.
Wait, I have
I
a
don't
question.
understand.
What about our social security number? Can we give that out to people?
No.
I'm so, I'm
Gonna
so
say-
So I
confused.
shouldn't make my LinkedIn photo my social security card.
Oh, we'll get into LinkedIn. We'll get into LinkedIn here in a bit.
That's like the first thing I tell people is like, hi, I'm Katie. My PIN number is 1234. I shouldn't be doing that.
Again,
I mean,
issue
take
number
yourself some
1,
time.
you gave out your
Work out
password.
what-
Issue number 2, you gave out your name. You're just
Oh,
done.
God.
You're done at this point. And if you're worried about like kind of people like looking over your shoulder, like this woman's doing in this picture, there are like screen protectors you can get for your phone that kind of like filter it out, so you have to be looking directly at the phone to activate it. So that's a good one. Excellent example of not having strong passwords. There was the famous 2016 DNC committee email leak where the owner of the DNC ended up losing complete access because his password was password. Julian Assange, of course, revealing this information, is currently in custody in the United Kingdom. So yeah, sorry about that. Level 2, protecting your information from corporations, or if you're just really worried about this kind of just deluge of ads. You're talking to someone, you're having a conversation, and then your phone is suddenly like, oh, we heard you were talking about, I don't know, dog food. Here's an ad for dog food, stuff like that. Basically, get off of Google. You can use Firefox or even like Brave, which is a Google type of browser, but Firefox is probably the best. If you can, switch to Linux instead of Windows. Use the VPN, which is also useful in case you would like to watch, like Netflix or other shows that aren't native to your own country. You can VPN yourself to make it seem like you're in a different country, so you can get access to, shows and things that aren't like native to your own country. Use Signal and other encrypted messaging services would probably be better for peer-to-peer messaging. Here's one I learned. Don't use your rewards cards. They give out the rewards cards for like Kroger and like grocery stores and stuff because they just want to track you, like have all this other identifiable tracking information. Every time you get to sign up for a website, you usually have to input your cell phone number. Just grab an extra cell phone. Go to a kiosk at the store. Get like your prepaid minutes or whatever. Just like 200 messages, like in the good old days. Just have that. You're not going to go through like 200 of these like signups, and if you do, just pay for more minutes. And if you ever have to give out your address, use a PO box. Example of what happens when you give your information out to corporations. Just last year, Facebook exposed information to 530 million of their users and then did not tell anyone. And then also last year, LinkedIn was hacked and 93% of their users had all of their information leaked. And it's currently still kind of up for sale on the black market. And I guess kind of in the news and semi-related, this FTX firm, you had all these clients who had dumped all their money, all their Bitcoin on here, lost all their money when they just stole all the money from the FTX like crypto firm. And basically a way to fix this would be don't keep your cryptocurrencies on an exchange, keep it on a personal device, like literally just a thumb drive. People didn't do this and they lost $40 billion. So level 3, maybe someone's tracking you. Maybe you've got like a private eye that's looking out for you. Maybe you just need this like extra level of defense. Maybe you're doing something crazy like, oh, I don't know, stealing money from corporations and they're sending out PIs to like track you. You can actually go online and like monitor data brokers, and this would be the kind of thing where you want to like flood the zone. You create like fake profiles for yourself, spread misinformation about yourself. Say you're in one place, you're actually in another place. Every time you sign up for something, give out fake addresses. But you need to create like whole new profiles for yourself that don't actually exist. Another good move would be to create like some kind of corporate structure and put like all your payments under that, so that there aren't any like bills or anything leading back to you. Try and develop an alias. Use it in your personal life, because you never know. There could be like you're just sitting at the bar and some random person comes up to you and says, "Hey, how are you doing? What do you do?" Lie to them. Totally lie to them. Don't ever give out any personal information. Form no human connections. Never give your real phone number to anyone. Never give your real name to anyone. It's the only way to stay perfectly safe at this level of privacy.
I'm a Frenchman.
Yeah, this is examples of this kind of like this kind of stuff can help defend it against. There's these newfangled devices now called stingrays. Police officers can get like warrantless reception of all your data by just they basically set up like a proxy network where you send information to the cell tower and they pick up that information as it comes from the tower before it heads to the recipient. This has been used in protests for years now. This has been used for kind of illegal investigations for years. This other slide is actually one of the slides that Glenn Greenwald published from Edward Snowden's leak of how the PRISM system works, as far as how the United States and Five Eyes conduct their kind of like domestic spying apparatus. Basically, this is the explanation of how all the backdoors and all these corporations allow the government to just grab all this information from all these corporations, and then they just get all that information from them. Level 4. Okay, now you're like really in the thick of it. You've got like entire countries against you, or alphabet agencies like the FBI, the CIA, NSA are onto you. Basically, you got to go live in the woods. There's no other way. If you're going to use electronics, it's got to be extremely sparing. You got to throw them into Faraday cages. You need to be like buying new ones every single week. Literally everything you own at this point has to be like in an LLC, owned by a trust, owned in Caymans, owned by another like trust. And basically the only way you're going to make money at this point, you got to work for yourself. You got to have your own business. Good examples of like leaking at the state level. I guess just this year, the entire registry of every single gun owner in California was leaked to the public. Whether or not the people actually like got the guns or not, they released their birth dates, their criminal histories, and their addresses. And then another good example of this kind of stuff was, I guess, the famous case from, I guess, maybe 1.5, 2 years ago, the FBI had gotten into the I guess encrypted signal chats by actually yeah, they basically had entrapped these guys into pretend kidnapping the governor of Michigan, and the way they were able to get in, they had like the physical guys there with them, and that's how they were able to get the encrypted chats, just because they're like FBI agents. So you can use your encrypted chats, but only if you absolutely 100% trust the person at the other end. Because otherwise, well, you could end up, accidentally kidnapping the governor. Thanks, everyone. Now get off your computer.
I feel like this was an elaborate
Uh,
presentation to convince us to move to the woods.
I have questions. How do you
Yes.
avoid 5G?
The way you do the 5G, this is really good. You actually can go in your kitchen, and next to like the parchment paper, there's usually like a roll of tinfoil. If you can roll that up into kind of like a hemispherical kind of like shape, and then stick it over top of your head, that will not do anything, but people will not talk to you about people will start talking to you about 5G if you do wear that outside.
Okay, good. Well, thanks, Michael. I'm gonna do all this stuff you just said as soon as we're done.
It's very informative.
That's it. Is there anything else we got to do?
Yeah, if you love hearing about books like this and books not like this, like, follow, subscribe.
Bye.
Bye.